Bonjour. I am here with Joy Behar, back from Paris, back from London. How are you?
Madame Janowitz.
Oh, Madame
That's what they were
Janowitz.
calling me there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do you get recognized in Europe?
No, it
Not
was
too
a
much?
pleasure. No brassiere, no makeup, hair, natural, that way I look naturally.
Yes. All right. I want to hear all about your trip to Europe. And let me tell you, we did miss you for sure. But first, I think we have to talk about the show we just
Yeah,
finished.
of course. It was a most interesting show with JD.
It was. JD, you're on a first initials basis with him. So JD Vance was our guest on the entire show today. And how do you feel like it went?
Well, I think that we were actually kind to him, I think.
I thought he was, I have to say, very genial. He came on, I think he came on in good faith. You know, we had that conversation with some of the hosts before, and we've talked about this.
Yeah.
Often people come here looking to disrupt.
Here's my theory about JD Vance.
That he's running for president?
Totally running for president. But before he became Trump's boy,
Vice president.
but like all of them are, not just him. I mean, look at Lindsey Graham. They all have been, the body snatchers got to them.
Right.
They were much more open-minded. They did not have a cruel streak. He wrote a book called Hillbilly Elegy where he talked about how poor they were. And he was actually a different kind of person. And I said to him during the break, why did you call him America's Hitler? He didn't have time to answer. And I wanted to ask him on the air, but we just ran out of time.
So time as
But let me finish my theory.
Yes.
So my point is that I think if he were president, he would go back to being more a kinder person. That Trump is the one who's not kind.
Okay, so is this an endorsement of JD Vance?
No, because I'm not voting for him anyway, especially if he runs against one of the good Democrats that we have out there.
Right.
I've never voted for Republican in my life.
How did he seem compared to how you expected him to be, I guess is the question.
I expected him to not have a sense of humor, and he did have one. I went backstage and started doing the tumulting with him.
Yes, you always, you popped in backstage. He was happy to see you.
I warmed them up and disarmed them immediately.
Here's what I liked. He came on willing to face, there were no rules on this interview. We were able to ask whatever we wanted.
He didn't know what we were asking him.
And we asked tough questions. He answered. He definitely deflected plenty of them.
Right.
But at the same time, he was willing to sit with you guys and have this conversation, which I respect.
Well, he wants to sell a book and he wants to run for president. Let's be real.
Yeah, I think for sure. What I really like about it is I think now the bar is set. And I think if you're running for president, you got to come on The View like JD Vance did.
They all will. They have to stop here. They want the female vote.
Yeah, I'd love
even
to have,
even if most of our audience is not.
I'd love to have Marco Rubio on. I'd love to have really.
I'll put him on with Anna Navarro. That'll be interesting to watch.
Sure.
Talk about a cage match.
It wouldn't be. It would be a respectful display and a nice discussion of ideas.
Yeah, okay.
But it is it's always exciting when someone who's in office is here because of the Secret Service and everything like that. I mean, does that bother you to have the Secret Service all over you?
No. I didn't even notice them.
No, really?
Yeah, we just had to come in that building on a different entrance. That's all.
I was setting you up for your joke and you missed it entirely.
What was it? Oh, it's the most action I've gotten.
Yes.
Oh, the pat down.
Yeah.
Yeah, what happened to that this year?
You didn't get patted down?
No, and I was waiting for it.
Oh, I'm sorry to disappoint you.
Bring on another, important guy so that
I'll see what we can do.
Get the pat down.
I got wanded. All right. So was there any question that you asked that the answer was different than you thought that you were, I think this was the first time he basically admitted that these conversations took place in the Situation Room, like the New York Times reported.
Yeah,
we hadn't really had that confirmation before, so that was really interesting.
Right.
I thought on the Epstein stuff, that was really powerful. I loved Sarah's question talking about how he reconciles his faith and what some of the tone of the administration and some of the things that are happening in the administration. What was your takeaway? My
question that I didn't get to ask, my husband sent me a couple of questions during the break. And one of them was...
That's been booked for a month and a half.
And one of them was, why is the budget for ICE bigger than the budget for the FBI? I thought that was a very good question. And, he he's talking about worrying about crime. Well, the people who are here are committing crimes. Why are you worried so much about immigration? Worry about what we have here.
Well, crime is one of the things that I think got them elected. I think, tough on crime, borders, things like that. That was powerful for them.
Scapegoating
in
immigrants.
Some cases, yeah.
Every autocrat, including Donald Trump and, all the rest of them all over the world, they find somebody to hate. They tap into that part of your brain that wants to believe that.
Well, the problem with this always is we don't have enough time to get to all the questions. I've
I
got a
know.
list
Get
of
him back.
20 more. If he'll come back, I'd be happy to have him.
He'll come back.
You think so?
He wants to run for president. Believe me, he'll be back.
All right, so I won't give away any of the questions we had, but I
No.
know you were disappointed to not get to ask about them eating the dogs and eating the cats. That was something.
I did. I mean,
Yeah.
he apologized for saying that stupid remark about the cat ladies.
Yes.
And I said to him, why didn't you apologize for that? I said these off the air.
Yeah.
But because these other caquerones let me get a word in edgewise.
I know. It's the curse of the View.
Whatever.
You know, some
Just
questions.
have him on again.
All right, we'll bring him back. We'll have him co-host.
Get Trump on.
Guy Day Fridays with JD Vance.
Let's see what he's got when he has to sit there and talk about hairdos.
Yeah, I think. Well, listen, he talked about his giant head for a while. I enjoyed that. All right, and then he sat down with a joke. I thought it was pretty good that his press team told him that this was a table of MAGA Republicans. I
Yeah,
thought
that was
pretty
funny.
good. All right, let's get into your. And then apparently I'm getting a note here. You told him during the break that he should run for president because he has a good vibe.
I think that even though for a Republican, mind you, I'm not a Republican.
Yes, you're not turning.
I think possibly I voted for Michael Bloomberg once for mayor, who was supposedly
you always liked Bloomberg.
Supposedly he was a Republican. I don't mind a Republican on the city level because it needs a little discipline. But on the national level, I want somebody with a good heart. And those are more in the Democratic Party, in my opinion. They care about the poor. They help people. The Republican Party is much more about saving taxes for rich people. So I'm not a Republican.
One thing he said backstage, and I think he said it a couple times today, was that he was more nervous coming on The View than he was for the vice presidential debate against Waltz.
Well, he should be because we're, the other girls have many receipts.
Yes.
Sonny, she's got all the receipts,
Yes, absolutely.
And Sarah likes to, bring in the kids, which is always like a low blow, and they get scared of that.
But sincere, I thought she did a good job with that.
Truthfully, as I said to you in the beginning of this conversation, I don't think that he's a bad guy. So if he runs against, say, Gavin Newsom, that'll be an interesting debate to see those two because they're both intelligent. And also he says things like this guy, Vance, something about how he called him America's Hitler because the media, he blamed it on the media that they were just misrepresenting Trump. Don't give me that. See, that's where I draw the line on the guy.
Right.
Don't blame me for the fact that you went to Yale Law School. You can't read, where you can't watch something and discern what's going on.
He
Come
definitely
on.
is good at spinning. And the things that he said that seemed to bother the audience, because I heard them murmuring,
Yes.
were versions of, well, that's not what he said,
Yeah.
when people have seen tape of it. And I think that's the thing.
Exactly.
And
that
then,
was George Orwell. Don't believe your eyes, just believe what they tell you.
yeah. And then the other part of it that people, anytime he referenced Biden as the result
Oh,
of
the groaning.
Yeah, the groaning from the audience.
I had to almost jump out of my seat when he did that. Please, that ship has sailed,
Yeah.
okay? Stop bringing it up. And Trump does it constantly, bringing up Biden and Obama.
Yeah.
The blame game.
Do you think Trump was watching the interview today, President
Yes,
Trump?
I do.
You think so?
Yeah.
And how do you think he thinks he did?
Well, the thing about Trump is he gets jealous. So if he thinks that we liked Vance more than we like him, he's going to be upset. He's
Wow.
jealous of Obama. Oh, my God. You can see it every time he mentions Obama. Well, he should be.
I'm a little jealous of Obama, too.
Well, who isn't?
Yeah, sure. All right. Let's move on. Tell me a little bit about your trip.
I said it already on the air today.
We're on the air now. We're doing another thing. What you did say on the air today is, so you did the show in London. It was
Yeah.
a hit. Were you concerned that British audiences might not?
Oh, well, they speak a different language in England.
They do.
You know?
They do. They take the lift.
Yeah. And also, they also have different references. So when I do, I have a joke about Staten Island
Right.
and they laughed. And I said, because I break the fourth wall because
Yes.
I can do that. I said, oh, you know Staten Island? And they were like, yeah, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, this is what I pulled out of my brassiere. It's like Grimsby. Huge laugh.
I have no idea what Grimsby
You don't have
is.
to know.
No. All right. There you go.
They know. Somebody beforehand, I said to them, what's the equivalent here? Gave me that little note. Killed.
Killed. Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And we had a British actress doing a Southern accent. I said, you like Vivian Leigh and Scarlett O'Hara.
Yeah.
And she also did a British version of an American. Sherry Shepherd gave me one of her. She gave me an interview about one of her exes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I'm saying this because she told me she doesn't
She said you
care.
can tell people because I've
Yeah.
known this for a while and we've kept it secret.
No. The others are secret, not hers.
Okay,
because
so-
she doesn't care.
All right, so
The
we're breaking some news here.
Okay, so a British girl did the Sherry Shepherd interview.
Oh, and how'd
Isn't
she
that
do? How'd she do,
great?
Sherry?
She
All
was
right.
great, this girl.
So all these stories, for those who don't know, and if you listen to this podcast, I can't imagine you don't know, but these are all start in true life stories of women telling about their first ex-husband.
That's right.
And one of these stories we're finding out for the first time is based
Sherry
on Sherry
Shepherd.
Shepherd's
Yeah.
true life story.
Yeah.
Some things changed, I'm sure.
Well, I'm the writer, so
Yeah.
then I interview these people. Do you ever
Yes.
interview somebody? They don't give you a whole monologue.
Yes.
You have to, and then I also made it funnier than
As you do, yes.
and things like that. And
All right.
but they are all true stories.
One of the highlights he said was the woman who came to London from Lebanon
Can you believe that?
just because she had to see the show.
She came. She went over to Steve, who was
Yeah.
came with me, and she's like, she came all the way. He had to bring her over. He said, "You have to talk to this woman." I took a picture with her. She's brought it back to Lebanon, and she came all the way from Lebanon to see me in the show
That's great.
because she either hears me on your podcast.
Yeah, so you did hear from some Bry guys, I heard.
I heard from Bry Guys and Joy Boys.
That's amazing.
Yeah, they were happen to be in London. Some of them. They also see it on YouTube.
Yeah.
They see the show.
We need a signal from like when someone's a Bry guy or a Joy boy, when they see you in the wild, to give you like a little signal. I don't know what it should be. Like, you know.
Well, a lot of gay boys were there, and those are the Joy Boys.
Okay.
That's
Well, no, I think that's
Thank
accurate.
God they were
Yeah.
there too. You know, they're my best audience.
Yeah.
They know everything. They
Yeah.
know all the references. They laugh. They have a good time.
Maybe they could like, you know, like that. Maybe that's a sign that you're a Bry guy or a
Do
Joy
that?
boy. You saw it on the podcast.
All
Yeah,
right.
you just enough of you.
All right,
Like
it's
that.
a signal.
We'll
They could
see.
just tag their ear
That's
too.
Carol Burnett's thing.
So what? We can steal it from her.
Yeah. I don't know. She's still alive. All right. So one thing you said today, and you got a little pushback at the table about.
Oh, yeah?
You did not enjoy the food in Paris.
Yeah.
I'm kind of with you on that. I don't like French food either.
No, but I like French food.
Okay, I just don't have a sophisticated palate. But you,
I don't know. Maybe it was the neighborhood I was living in because I went to a lot of different cafes, and I just couldn't get into it. And I said,
Mm-hmm. Really?
please give me some Italian food.
so we talked about this. You were writing in different French cafes.
Yes.
Did that live up to the dream of what it
Oh
was
yeah, it
supposed
was
to
so
be?
much fun. First of all, I went with people that I know.
Right.
One of the people in the class has written 52 children's books.
That's insane.
52.
And you've written none.
I've written 2 children's books.
Oh, I didn't know that. You've written 2.
She took Cockapoo, my
Oh,
kind
yes, that's right. Of
my
course. I'm
kind of
sorry.
dog, and the part 2.
All right. I think we should write a children's book about a little kid that gets a podcast. What do you think?
Oh God. The food. I went to one expensive restaurant because a certain friend of mine who has a lot of money invited us to go.
Zazzy?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
to this particular place. All of HBO was there,
Yes.
and even there it wasn't that good. Like one place, the duck was practically quacking. It was still alive.
You don't want that.
No,
No.
I sent it back. Mm-hmm. And the chicken it's too much sauce. Mm-hmm. But the funny thing about it is, and I don't really mean to diss it, because to me, Paris is the most beautiful city in
It's
the
gorgeous.
world. And I'm Italian, and Italy's beautiful, but Paris, like I said today, even the Nazis would not bomb Paris. Because even those pigs, those Nazis, knew how beautiful Paris was.
Yes.
Well, of course, they wanted to overtake it and live there. Mm-hmm. But
They didn't
it's-
want to knock
it's-
it down. Yeah.
I mean, the boulevards, the trees along the boulevards.
It's absolutely gorgeous,
The
yeah.
architecture, you will not see that anywhere else. The ironwork.
Mm-hmm.
And yet, there is so much graffiti in that city. It is everywhere. And it offended my sensibility. I felt
very
like
sorry.
it's like taking a beautiful statue and putting paint on it.
Speaking of beauty, you
Yeah.
mentioned also the attractive men. You.
Oh my
saw in
God, there
Europe.
were so many gorgeous French men there.
Yeah.
I took pictures of all of them. I was a shameless flirt. I was like Mrs. Robinson. Oh, Pierre, can I take your picture? And they would be, okay, madame.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
And I took, because I thought I'd bring it back to Todd and different gay boys.
How did the men compare London versus Paris?
There were some good-looking men in London.
Okay, good.
The British men are I like the way they
I know
like
you do.
that.
That's your type.
I like that type.
Yeah.
They're tall, skinny. They're my type. The
Yeah.
French men were like Italian guys.
Beautiful women in Paris, I remember, but also when I went to Italy to Capri, I don't think I've ever seen more beautiful women than
See,
walking
then
around
I
Capri.
didn't notice any beautiful women, not one.
No.
I was only looking at the men.
Of course, no. To each their own. You also were with John McEnroe, I found out.
I was.
Why were you with
It
John
was at this
McEnroe?
dinner, this
Okay.
particular dinner, because they were there for the French Open.
You should have had him return your stuff. He can do that.
Yeah,
He yells, he returns things. He's
I know, but
yeah.
he was very sweet.
Yeah.
And his brother Patrick McEnroe was seated across me, and we're pals now. We write to each other.
That's great.
Yeah, I like him too.
That's great. Did you met John before or no?
No, I don't think I've ever met him.
Yeah. He's very.
Although he acted like he had met me. You know, this
He's probably
is
been on the show.
I'm
Yeah.
so bad. I told you the Steven Spielberg story,
Yes,
right?
twice now.
I mean,
Yes.
twice, right?
On this podcast, but it's okay. No, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, honest to God, I could not tell you who was on the show last Friday.
You know, I can't remember things when I'm in them.
Yes.
But if I'm watching, I remember.
Right. I remember every movie or television show I saw in the 1980s, but I
Yeah.
can't remember anything about this show from last week.
Right,
Very
because
strange.
you're immersed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Drowning,
Who else
some would
was there?
say.
Christy Everett was there.
That's a good one.
And yeah,
All right. So
it was
you.
a tennis crowd.
All right. And did you come back recharged, ready to dive back into The View?
Well, I started to miss all of my friends here.
There we go. That's what I want
You
to
know,
hear.
I did. I'm like I was yesterday. I was thinking, good, I'm going to go back to work tomorrow.
I went. I mean, I always joke about this, but you're never more engaged in the show than when you're not here. I found you're very interested. We every night, for those who don't know, we send these things around, these stories about what we should talk about the next day, and the host all chime in or don't chime in. Joy doesn't chime in weeks at a time. First day of vacation, you write, you should talk about this, this, and this. What? You're not even here.
I'm a natural producer.
You are. I can't disagree.
But, you know, the show, I was looking forward to this show because I like a show where you have somebody important on.
Yeah.
Like J.D. Vance. You know, I may not agree with him. You know, here's the thing I was saying to somebody about this whole J.D. Vance thing. And also if you had Donald Trump on here. I don't hate people with my heart. I don't. That's why I'm nice to these people that I disagree. I disagree with them vehemently.
Yes.
I vehemently disagree with what they're doing in this administration. But when I meet them face to face, they're just another human being to
This
me.
is why it's funny. I always laugh because there's an idea out there that you guys are like shills and that like you're being like
No.
speaking programmed things. You all just feel what you feel, and that's
That's
why
right.
it's so hard to manage everything.
It's
because
probably
you
very.
guys just
I
feel
would not try. But I told you what Bill Getty used to say, that he
Yeah.
must have been a wife abuser in another life, because he's getting abused here.
God knows what my sins are, but I'm sure there were many in a former life.
I told you, you have a different way of doing it. Yours is an amiable way of doing it.
Yes.
You know, like I have a way of disarming these politicians.
Yes.
You have a way of doing a similar thing.
I try. I try
and
to.
it works for you and it works
Yeah.
for me. So don't ever change.
Well, the key
don't
for
go
me.
changing.
Try to please me. The trick for me is just to be completely transparent at all times.
That's, well, you can't help it.
No, that's who I am.
You
So
can't
it's
help
just,
it.
You know,
are who you are.
I am who I am. All right, let's move on to some lighter topics.
There's
if we
more.
can.
I'm so hungry.
All right, we're almost there.
All right.
You get very angry when you're hungry. All right, there's a new trend online that has women saying it's helping them point out glaring red flags on dating sites.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Like what?
Well, a woman said she started asking men their favorite animal and why. It seemed to really show who these men were when they answered it. Like saying dogs because they're loyal, sloths because they sleep all day, pandas because they're cute and stupid. What would you compare yourself to?
What animal I would compare
Yes.
myself to? Well, I'm not a dog.
No?
Because, no, I don't think so, because I'm not, I'm not one of those.
No.
And I'm not exactly a cat, because I'm more gregarious than a cat
Yes.
and extroverted. What else did they say?
Well, they said like a panda. You're definitely not a panda.
What's a panda like?
like cute and stupid?
Cute and stupid?
No. What kind
Is
of
that
animal
says
are
you're
you?
cute to say, well, you're half right.
You're just cute. Yes,
Right,
of course.
thank
Sorry, I was late on that.
Well, you tell me what kind of animal I would be.
What kind of animal would you be? Well, you definitely can. You can definitely both be cuddly and also slash at some point.
Oh, so like a lion.
Maybe a lion.
lioness.
Yeah, a lioness is
A
good.
lioness who protects her cubs.
I think that's right.
But also purrs.
Yeah, I think
And
that's
also
right.
will scratch your eyes out if you come near her
Exactly.
cubs. Yeah.
Exactly. I think that's good.
All right, so it is a cat.
You're a cat. Yeah. I like to think of myself. I'm more of like a fox. You know, I'm
You're
like
more
cunning,
like a fox.
cunning and sly.
You're not a fox,
No.
Brian.
No.
You just said that you're transparent. How could you be a fox?
you're right.
And you're not a wolf, thank
No.
goodness.
So what the hell? Am I a sheep? Is that
I
what
think
you're
you're
saying?
more like a panda.
I'm a panda, cute and stupid.
yeah.
You know what? I'll take the compliment. I'll take the cute.
You know what you're doing is a game that we used to play all the time. What if you were
Mm-hmm.
what would you be? And you have to, like, let's say, I don't know if you have time for this. Let's say you pick a
I got all the
celebrity.
time in the world.
Let's pick a celebrity. Think
Oh,
of
like
a-
the game Celebrity you're talking about?
No,
But
think of a celebrity.
Okay, I got one.
Okay. If that person were an animal, what animal would it? Is it a female or male?
A female.
What would she be?
A horse.
She'd be a horse. Okay, if she was a flower, what would she be?
An orchid.
Oh, interesting. Delicate, yet horsey. Strong. If she were an automobile.
A Corvette.
A Corvette. If she were a language.
I think possibly French.
Possibly French.
Yes. It's Southern American, isn't it? Isn't a
Oh,
language.
so well, you don't want to give it away too
No.
much. But anyway, we could go on with this for
Yeah.
hours. That's the game.
Okay, I
and
like
then
it.
who is the person?
Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts. Mm-hmm. She's a Corvette, a horse, and an orchid. She's a beautiful horse.
All right. So, all right, moving on from that, but I enjoyed part of that.
We could play it some other time.
Yeah, I like that. All right. There's this new story about dreams that I wanted your take on. A new survey found that 1 in 4 Americans says a dream or a nightmare led them to making a change in their life, like quitting a job or breaking up with somebody. Have you ever had to make a life decision based on a dream or a nightmare?
No.
No? Because you don't believe in the prophetic nature or insights found in your dreams?
Yes, I'm a Freudian psychology
Right.
major-ish person.
Yes.
And when I was in out therapy, I would be lying on the couch. I did it like that. And we were free associating and telling about a dream, and she would come up with stuff.
What was the last nightmare you remember?
You know, I don't remember them anymore.
I don't either, but I was going through a bunch of them, and I can't remember details anymore.
Yeah.
But just things that felt so incredibly real that they were still real for 5 minutes after I woke up.
Really?
Yeah, like it's really intense
So
stuff.
what was your last nightmare?
I'm trying to think. Something with my wife was mad at me for something. I can't remember the details.
I knew that this was going back to Heather.
It's always going back to Heather. I did something bad, not like cheated or something, but I can't remember
God
exactly what it
forbid.
was.
You better not.
I would never.
First
I
of
would
all,
never.
transparency is
Exactly.
your middle name.
Exactly. I'm a open book.
Yeah.
But whatever it was, like it was I did something wrong, and I was wrong, and she was really mad, and then like I woke up, brushed my teeth, and kept thinking like, man, how do I make this right with Heather? And then
You actually believed you
I
did
believed
something.
I did something for like 5 minutes. And I'm like, wait a minute, that never happened, and I would never have done that. Yeah, it was one of those things. Strange. All right.
You ever get a song in your head?
Yeah.
I get songs in my head constantly.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to bring that to therapy also. And she'd ask me, like, why that song? There always is a reason.
What was? Give me an example of a song and a reason.
I don't know the reason for this, though, but Gloria. I kept hearing Gloria, Gloria. I think that it was all about like.
Were you
a
hanging out with
woman.
Anna Navarro talking about Gloria Estefan all the time? That could have been it.
No, but that song is about delusion.
Yeah.
About a delusional woman, right?
Yeah, I think so.
If everybody wants you, why isn't everybody calling?
Yeah.
Do you really? Anyway,
Right,
that was one.
That's interesting.
And then Steve and I wrote a song about George Bush one time called "Thanks for the Enemies" instead of "Thanks for the
Sure.
Memories."
Yeah.
And so that comes into my
Bob
head.
Hope kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, that's pretty
Because
good.
you know, after he went into Iraq, we had enemies all over the world. So we wrote a song, "Thanks for the Enemies."
I like it.
Yeah,
I like it.
But so that goes in my head. But you have to think, why that song? It could be that you just heard it in a commercial.
Because my kids are in theater, they're just singing all the time.
They're singing all the time.
all the time. Like
How
I come
nice.
It is. But it's always like, you know, my daughter was in Sweeney Todd. I don't need to hear, you know,
That's-
swing your razor wide, Sweeney, over and over again. That was too much.
Sing the song that you know I love.
I can't use it on the podcast,
All right,
but I
just
will.
do it.
Where are you tonight? Are you sitting home?
All right, yeah.
Or are you out having fun?
That is a song that somebody you know sings.
Yes.
Thinking that he's so cool.
Yes. No, he thinks he's Sinatra reborn. All right. Someone wrote into an advice column saying that her boyfriend won't propose to her until she's shown that she's better with money. This is interesting to me. She thinks this is unfair because although she doesn't earn, save, or invest as much as him, she can support herself and has never asked him for financial help. What do you think about that? Is the boyfriend right to be cautious?
How old are they?
It doesn't say.
Yeah. Well, I do think that it's definitely one of the reasons people get divorced is over money. You know,
Yeah, for sure.
Infidelity, probably, and in-laws, maybe.
Yeah.
But that's one of the big reasons. So I think it's a good idea.
It's a good idea. And I think, I mean, it's funny because I got married when I had no money, and either did my wife.
Yeah.
And it's simpler in a lot of ways when you do that because you don't really think things through. But
That was my first marriage, too.
yeah, but tastes also change as you get older and things like that. Heather was very frugal when we got married. Not so much now.
Yeah. But money gives you independence, and women should have their own money.
Yes.
You know, like my husband and I, with the first one, my first ex-husband, it was his call because first of all, he was a man. It was the 60s.
Right.
And he gets a job to go to Rhode Island, right? Teaching.
Yeah.
He's a professor. And like, I didn't want to go. But besides the norms that were happening at the time, I also didn't have necessarily a way to be independently wealthy. I needed 2 salaries.
Did you feel like you were under his thumb because you weren't
Well, I
earning?
wasn't under his thumb. I was under society's thumb.
Right.
And so I went. But I think like maybe if you have your own money, you might say, well, you know what? I'll see you on weekends.
That's interesting. I don't like that though. I don't.
But
want
you know, because you're being schlepped around, you may not want to leave where you're living. You're doing great where you are, and now you have to go somewhere. It's not. Now women do that to men.
They do. No, they do for sure. Yeah, I definitely, having daughters, it's important to me that they,
Oh, they're going to inherit a whole other world, good and bad.
Yeah, good and bad for sure.
Yeah.
All right. On that note,
That's it.
yeah, I feel like it's a downer to get out on. What do we got?
Okay, well, let's trash somebody.
Yeah, let's trash somebody. Who do you got?
You know what? Let's do our game.
Okay.
But think of one of the panelists. Let's see if you can guess which one it is.
Okay. So you're thinking of a panelist.
I'll do it.
All right.
Okay, I'm thinking of. Okay, I got her.
Okay. What kind of animal does she resemble, or is she?
I think a deer.
A deer. And what kind? All right. I'm already down to 2. What kind of flower?
Oh my goodness! More like pansies, like those pansies.
What kind of car?
What kind of a car would she be? A Chevrolet.
Alyssa Farah Griffin?
Yes.
Yes.
Good for you. Good for you.
I had it at deer.
You
All
had
right.
it at the what?
At the deer.
The deer.
Yeah.
That's a good animal.
That was a
for
good
her,
animal
right?
for her, yeah.
Oh, let's do another one.
All right. This could
You
be how
do
we
one.
end every podcast.
You do one.
All right. I'll do one.
We can only do it for 5 of us.
Okay. I got it.
All right. Okay. Not Alyssa.
No, not Alyssa.
All right. A motion picture.
A motion picture. It'll give it away.
All right. A style of song, a musical style.
It'll give it away.
Well, you have to play
I know.
the
It's
game.
Anna and everything's Latino, so I can't do
Oh,
it.
that's why I didn't pick
That's why I
her.
didn't do it. That's
I
right.
didn't pick her because I knew
Yeah.
you'd get her in
You're
a
right.
second.
You're right. All
All
right.
right, I'll do one.
Do one more. Okay.
There are only 3 left.
All right. That's fine. You can do any host in View history.
Oh, any host in View
Yes.
history. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I got one.
All right. Give me an animal.
She could be a pit bull.
That doesn't narrow it down. Every host in View history.
Okay.
All right. Give me a movie.
A movie. I can move on. I can't think of one. It's too
Okay.
hard.
Song?
A song. Gloria, Gloria.
A delusional pit bull. That's what we have so
No,
far.
she's not delusional, though. That's not right. These are hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is why you can't do it on the television because
Right,
you
it
have
takes too long.
You'd have to think. Mm-hmm. And a flower. Let's
Flower,
say a
okay.
flower. I would say she is a sunflower.
Oh. And a car?
What kind of a car? Mm-hmm. An SUV. Maybe a Lexus.
So I'm feeling Meredith, but I feel like
No.
that's not a pit bull.
No.
Star? No.
No. You said anybody, right?
Yeah, I said anybody. Hasselbeck?
No. Rosie O'Donnell.
Rosie O'Donnell in an SUV. Okay. Yeah. All right.
What movie though? Are we think would she be? I can't think
Again,
of
she's in a lot of. I feel like a musical
Yeah.
for her. It would be a musical.
a musical comedy.
Yeah. Yeah. That would have been good. She's in.
But it's not what they've done.
Not something they're in.
It's not
Yeah.
what they're in.
No, it's representative of them. And
What are
Gloria.
they?
Gloria works too.
Gloria works a little.
Yeah, I like
just
it.
because it's like out
Yeah, yeah,
there,
yeah.
you know.
Uh-huh. All right, this is good
She
stuff.
can be a pit bull, though.
Yeah, no,
if
for
she
sure.
wants to be.
For sure.
She's also, I wish that she was in London last week when I did my thing. I would have put her in the play.
She's in America now.
She was here when I was there. She's
I know.
here.
I know. She
Let's get
reunited
her
with
on. Can we
Whoopi.
get her on the show?
I'll work on it. She reunited with Whoopi.
Oh, reunited.
and
And
it
how does that go?
feels so good. We're
I
singing
got
a lot
off
today.
key.
Yeah, me too. All right. Well, thank you for joining me today, Joy. Tomorrow I'll be back with Sarah Haynes.
You know, when people say thank you for joining me, you know the old joke. Why, are you coming apart?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Tomorrow, the gorgeous Sarah.
Sarah Haynes.
Yeah.
Yes, it's Hump Day with Sarah Haynes. And we will see you then.
You should have had Vance on today.
I don't think you've got time for behind the table.
La 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 la. Hey, hey, la 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 la. Hey, hey, la 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 la. Hey, hey, la 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 la. Nila koya kaho daore aborile iman morom jage mon tumak bhabile tumak bhabile nila koya kaho daore aborile iman morom jage mon tumak bhabile kahole murana dusakule mursuana akwali mukluana bukure majote la 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 hey la 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 nila koya kaho Ronga nila morom kinu dila polokote ahimu oh ronga nila etisila uri uri jai morom bakhe tula oh ronga he buku ronga tumak pabole koi diya hoba janu tumi mur jibanor juriya la 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 hey la 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 nila koya kaho daore aborile iman morom jage mon tumak pabole kahole murana dusakule mursuana akwali mukluana bukure majote